praises, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh Bahashem Hamashiach Yahawashi. Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. And this is going to be a very, very serious lesson. And I don't know how to title this, but what I'm going to say is that now that we are at the end, Satan is working really hard to sift people out. Now that we are at the end, Satan is working really hard to sift people out. Because we are approaching the end of his kingdom. And this is the reason why we have to be praying on a consistent basis. So beginning with Revelation, the revelation of John, chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil. Now, the word devil goes back to the word diablos, which means deceiver. Now, we know that the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan is in reference to Esau, but you also have the spiritual devil, which is the spiritual demon Satan himself, is come down unto you having great wrath. Alright, he's ordering these principalities and these unclean spirits to really fight, because he knoweth that ye have but a short time. And we have to really understand the battle that we've gotten ourselves involved into. This is not a gimmick, this is not a game. This is a serious war, and we're fighting against spirits that have lived for centuries. We're fighting against spirits that have lived for thousands of years, and they're in the invisible world, and they know that we cannot see them, but they know that we cannot see them, but they know that they can see us. And this is a serious battle, because you have these lying spirits that are just moving to and fro, infecting the minds of people. And this is the reason why we have to pray that the Most High protects us from these evils that are happening in this knowledge. So before I go into that, I'm going to read the story of Job, because there was a complaint that Satan made about Job. Now I'm going to read Job chapter 1, starting at verse 7. It says, And the Lord said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And Yahweh said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job? So the heavenly Father said unto Satan, he said, Do you know about my servant Job? There is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth power and showeth evil. Then Satan answered Yahweh and said, Doth Job fear power for naught? Has not thou made an hedge about him? So Satan was complaining to the Heavenly Father how Job had a hedge of angels that were guarding him. And those hedge of angels block principalities from giving them sleep paralysis or, attacking them in their sleep. This is the reason why we have to be praying, because when you're not hedged by holy angels, guess what? These entities can attack you whilst you're sleeping, and then you just be moving in your bed. This is the reason why prayer is very essential. It says, and about his house. So Satan was complaining, saying, look, listen, it was telling the Most High, you have angels that are surrounding him. Not only do you have angels that are surrounding him, you have guardian angels that are around his house as well. And about all that he have on every side. So everything that he had, there were holy angels that were guiding his objects. Thou hast blessed the work of his hand, and his substance is increased in the land. But the point is that Job had a hedge. I know the story of Job, how Job basically went through a case scenario of hell. But the point is that the hopeful elect currently have a hedge. And Satan is going to and fro. All these seducing spirits, all these philosophies of Beelzebub, of Satan are being spreaded. And we have to be careful and curious, because now that we're at the last days, Satan wants to drag as many souls as with him to the second death. Let me carry on reading. Now, I'm going to read a precept. I want everyone listening to this video to really pay attention to what I'm about to read. Because this is Matthew chapter 5, starting at verse 48. It says, be you therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect. Now, there's a saying in the world, like father, like son. Yeah? Like father, like son. When you look at Yahawashi, he carries very similar characteristics with the Heavenly Father. Alright? Now check this out. Check this out. So, remember, Yahawashi said, be perfect as your Father is perfect, right? Now, who is your father? A son would have similar characteristics of his father. It's either you serve your heavenly Father or you serve Satan as your father. John chapter 8 verse 44. Ye are of your father, the devil, and the lusts of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. And what does it mean, he's a liar and the father of it? I'll give you an example. People say that Michael Jackson is the father of pop. People say that Michael Jordan is the father of basketball. They say Usain Bolt is the father of the tracks. So when it says the father of lies, it basically means that he's very, very intellectual when it comes to lying. very intelligent when it comes to it. Ye are of your father the devil. Alright, so it's either you show similar characteristics of the Heavenly Father, which the Heavenly Father, one of the Heavenly Father's characteristics is being long suffering, or you're of, Satan. You serve him as your master. Alright, and you have a lot of people that, serve Satan. Even Yahawashi HaMashiach even refers to people in this knowledge as the synagogue of Satan. This is Revelation, the revelation of John chapter 2 verse 9. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy. Alright, what does blasphemy mean? Being disrespectful. The disrespect. Alright? Blasphemy of them which say they are Jews. They call themselves Israelites. They call themselves Jews. And are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. So they have, Yahawashi refers to these individuals as the synagogue of Satan. And this letter was written to the church of what? In Smyrna, which is the original synagogue of Satan. Alright, I'm talking about those that Yahawashi reference those individuals as being that. Not on the whole. So now, strong delusions are being brought forth. Different kind of social manipulation is being brought forth. And this is the reason why we have to be very aware, be very vigilant, so that your mind doesn't get infected with these doctrines of Satan. Because remember, there was 2 examples that were made in this knowledge. The Apostle Paul delivered 2 men unto Satan. 1 Timothy chapter 1 verse 20, of whom Hymenaeus and Alexander, whom I have delivered unto Satan, that they may learn not to blaspheme. So the Apostle Paul delivered Hymenaeus and Alexander unto Satan because he didn't want them to blaspheme, to learn not to blaspheme the knowledge. And sometimes the Most High can do things like this. So we have to carry on praying, because obviously this being does the will of the Father. But we also got to remember that we are in war. This is not a carnal war, this is a spiritual war. This is a spiritual war and not a carnal warfare. So it says, Ephesians chapter 6 verse 10, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of power. So put on the armor. Put on the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahawashi, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. And how do you stand against the wiles of the devil? Not allowing yourself to be easily indoctrinated with lies. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood. So this is not a human physical fight, but against principalities, that's an entity. Against powers, that's an entity. Against the rulers of darkness of this world, that's, these elites, that govern this world. Against spiritual wickedness in high places. Or you have many demonic environments that are heavy on the left hand side. We are really in this serious battle. So the reason why I'm making this video really is a sign of encouragement to be really focused on the Lord, because you're gonna have these demonic entities that are gonna hop on people and cause confusion. So at the end of the day, we have to really focus on Yahawashi Yahawashi and not allow these things to distract us. We have to focus on things which are salvation worthy. So anyways, I hope that this video was edifying. With infinite praises, honor, and glory to Yahawashi Yahawashi. Beware. Shalom.